What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review of a new item that I just purchased earlier. It is the Terminator 6 film collection set. Now, I've never really talked about Terminator on this channel ever before, but I am a huge Terminator fan. I do love Terminator. I would definitely say, in terms of my ranking, it would probably be a little controversial. Of where I would rank certain films, but obviously this comes with all of them. So you got Terminator 1, you got 2 Judgment Day, 3 Rise of the Machines, 4 Salvation, 5 Genesis, and 6 Dark Fate. It comes in this nice slip on the back. Yeah, it says Warner Brothers invites you to celebrate the most iconic moments in film history. Fantastic. They call this set the T16. Because it's films 1 to 6, and they just put the T in front of it to make it sound like a Terminator. You have a great picture of the T-800, face right there. And you got I'll be back. There's a quote there on the bottom. But if we take this off, we got some awesome box art right here. Which looks cool. Got a nice picture. I guess that's the T-800. Or the T-850, but most likely T-800. On the back, it lists all the films that are included in this set. Right there, it says Terminator 6 Film Collection. So we open this up. We got the first Terminator by MGM right there. We got T2, which this is called the Extreme DVD by Lionsgate. So I'm assuming that has like some extra stuff on it. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines by Warner Brothers. Terminator Salvation by Warner Brothers. Then over here, we get Terminator Genesis, which was made by Paramount. And then you get Terminator Dark Fate, which is also made by Paramount. I guess while we're here, I might as well do a little bit of a ranking for you. And tell you which one's my favorite, which one's my least favorite. Starting off with my least favorite is easily Terminator Salvation. I don't like this movie at all. I've been seeing some reactions to it as of late, and it seems as though people are actually starting to like this movie. I don't understand why. I think the only attraction to this film is Christian Bale, his performance. But I think this movie's convoluted as hell. Doesn't really make sense in the timeline. Also, it's just it's basically what they wanted to try and do for this film is have it take place during the war instead of just having it either before or like having it before the war. And so because of that, there's no Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie. There is a T-800 with his face, but it's all CGI, and it just looks like crap. And I just feel like that would be like having a Michael Myers movie without Michael Myers. Like, it's like the Halloween 3 of the Terminator franchise, and it just doesn't work whatsoever. My next least favorite is easily Terminator Dark Fate. I thought this movie was okay. I wasn't a big fan what they did with the T-800 Terminator. How, like, they send back another one that kills John, and then he, like, gradually gets older and then starts developing a brain. Just thought it was stupid. Sarah Connor was pretty cool in this. I did not like the new John Connor replacement, the girl. I forget her name. Very forgetful character. I don't like her at all. I do like the blonde chick. I forget her name. Grace, perhaps, something like that. The human / Terminator hybrid. I really liked her, and I love the Rev 9 as the bad Terminator. I think that actor did a fantastic job as the bad Terminator. So pretty good. Next up is Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. It's actually funny because this used to be like my favorite Terminator. I was obsessed with this movie back in the day. And then I started rewatching it, and I just realized it's really not that great. It feels very much like it tried to do the same thing they did in Terminator 2, except it's early 2000s, so it's all like 2000s out. He's got like he's wearing like these really tight jacket clothes, and he's got these weird ass like 2000 spectacles on, and it's got some really bad dialogue and bad scenes, like talk to the hand. Like, it's an iconic film, but it's ultimately trying to ride the coattails of Terminator 2's success. with no prevail because it's early 2000s. My second favorite film, or sorry, third favorite, is The Terminator from, obviously, the first one. I really love this movie. I love Terminator, the first one. I think this movie actually doesn't get enough love. I feel like this movie is iconic. I mean, we wouldn't even have Terminator 2 without this film. I really enjoy the hell out of this movie. I love the inclusion of Kyle Reese. You know, it's because later on, it's just we get so used to just having John Connor. So it's nice to get Kyle Reese in this film. It's nice seeing Arnold as the bad guy. You know, I still look at Arnold as a a horror movie icon, really, even though these are more sci-fi, obviously, and action than horror. But I feel like I consider him a horror character in the first Terminator film. And I feel like he did a really good job. He was menacing and he was scary. And I feel like it's got some cool sequences in it, especially the truck scene where it blows up and he gets all burnt. You know, he gets all burnt up and then it just reveals the T-800 underneath. I thought that was pretty cool. Next up, in number 2, which is definitely controversial, we have Terminator Genesis. I know everybody hated this movie back in the day when it first came out. I didn't. I've always loved it since it came out. I just really love what they tried to do, I wasn't a big fan of what they did with John Connor, how they made him a bad guy and made him like the bad Terminator, but I loved how they kind of went back and revisited all the old movies. I love when films do that, when they go back and revisit something we've already seen, but they recreated it or made it into something new. I love when movies do that. It's fantastic, and this movie does it fantastically. The CGI in this movie is great. Some of the dialogue's a bit corny. I'm not a huge fan of the actor who plays, what's his name? Jay Courtney, I think is his name. I think it's Jay Courtney. He plays Kyle Reese in this. Not a huge fan of him. He comes off very stupid and annoying. All he does is constantly bitch throughout this film until the very end. Love Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor. I feel like she does a fantastic job. She is smoking hot in this movie. But ultimately she does an amazing job. And I love the re-inclusion of the T-1000. I also think, that's a great part of it. But of course, coming in number 1, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. It is the ultimate Terminator film. They nailed every part of it. There's nothing to complain about in this film. There's no bad dialogue. There are no bad characters. There's nothing corny or cringy about it. Arnold is just perfect in this film as the Terminator. It's prime Terminator. It just is. He's prime in this film. I love, I forget the actor's name, but I love the guy who plays the T-1000 in this. He does a great job as well. He's very intimidating. I feel like him and the actor who played the Rev 9 in Dark Fate are like the two most intimidating bad guys or antagonists in the whole franchise, even more so than Arnold in the first film. So but yeah, that's the collector's set along with my ratings or ranking of the Terminator films. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.